What is up, Tetsuki Shoguns? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're returning to the manga Gundam Burai. Last time, the Sand King Kota began. Kotetsu fought against the ninja Hanzo in the Gyokuto. It turned out this was actually a test by Kuroboshi. Watching their fight was Gakkyo Rojin Manji and Ikura of the Void. He is curious of the Tetsuki hunter. We left off with a mysterious Ronin stopping a cloaked man and a mysterious Tetsuki. This time we learn more about the mysterious Ronin. Kotetsu fights his second match against Kadoma Moritsugu. Gundam Burai gets some upgrades, and some criminals wake up a serpent hiding in the mines. So let's get into this. A Ronin comes in and takes down the Tetsuki. This is a forbidden war zone. The Ronin is the head instructor of the Kisadagi family, Kisadagi Senri. She does her secret technique on the Tetsuki, the Kisadagi school of unparalleled swordsmanship. Multiple lightning-fast slashes go through the arm before exploding. This is an unmanned Kotetsu, and she is trying to draw out the Kotetsu in charge. She draws out a Kotetsu with the seal of a devil crest. Kotetsu comes in and attacks the Tetsuki. Kisadagi believes this person might be involved in the killing of the Amahodo clan. He says everything is guided by Mikoboshi, which is the Japanese Chaos Demon King. Somewhere else, Chiyo Zenro begins glowing. She wonders why. The cloaked Ronin seems to be looking for Chiyo Zenro. He says that he now knows what the 10 keys are and runs away. Kisadagi happens to be Shiroboshi's apprentice. She is heading back to her city due to this incident. She wants to find answers. She plans on researching the 10 keys and Mikoboshi. Kisadagi hands Shiroboshi an envelope to give to Kotetsu. The random stranger tells Kotetsu of a woman who was able to take down the Tetsuki. This was an unmanned Tetsuki. There happens to be many instances of this happening throughout the nation. Shiroboshi gives Kotetsu the letter. What's written on the envelope says, "To my stupid disciple." His attitude changed after reading it. They go to repair Gundam Burai. 5 days later, Susanoo has finished fixing the Gundam. She calls this new form Gundam Burai second form. It is Ni no Kata, so it's directly translated to second kata, like those free forms you do in karate to get your yellow belt. Ikaruga of the Void and Tokugo Sozin are learning more about this Gundam Burai and the old legend of the Gundams. Tokugo wants all the power. He looks up at a Tetsuki they are working on called Kuruda, or Guruda, the Suguru clan, Shirakami village. Chiyo wonders why her inro glowed. She actually never opened it. She finally does and finds a jewel. The princess wonders if this is the key. That is when a Tetsuki begins rampaging through the city. This seems to be a common occurrence in the village. Kotetsu wants to help, but Kuroboshi notes someone has come to help out. The Tetsuki comes running towards the village when its legs freeze. Then a hammer bludgeons the Tetsuki. It happens to be the 12 war demons of Tokugo, the Ox. The Golzuki, or ox-headed demon, is piloted by Kadoma Moritsuge of the Sugaru clan. It has two forms: Kudan form for offensive power, and Golzuki form for defense. This can generate a snowstorm with its arms and handles well in extreme cold. Its special moves are the Hosuika and the Suiten Toki. In Kudan form, the helmet resembles an ox. Kadoma Moritsuge gets out of the Tetsuki and tells the other Tetsuki rider that they are going to jail for 10 years. Kotetsu came to visit Moritsuge as directed by Kisadagi in the Ofu mining prison. Kadoma Moritsuge is touring the mines with Kotetsu. He is informed of the bull crest. He knows that this is the seal of the Amatsu house, a clan that has perished. He is looking for a Gundam. Kadoma tells the story of the Amatsu house, who protected the lands from a giant serpent. The Amatsu house worshipped the god of war. Their form of worship comes in the form of Gundam Mikoto. He is looking for an ore in the mines called Maganseki. He plans on using the material for his new Tetsuki. Kadoma Moritsuge wonders what Amatsu has to do with Amahodo. Perhaps his 10 keys is involved. They happen to run into Doryo Jaizetsu, the snake man from the first chapter. He says, "Hey, it's those people from the Amahodo clan. It's those ones that got wiped out." Kadoma punches the mines and says, "Look at the resolve of this princess. Look at it!" Alright dude, take it down a notch. Doryo and the boys, Magame and Kaiichi, want to use tomorrow's battle to make their moves. Shiraboshi is spying on their conversation. She tells the Amahodos, these idiots didn't learn their lesson, so they are going to take advantage of them. While Kotetsu fights his battle, Shiraboshi, Chiyo, and Kuroboshi will head to the mines. Kotetsu will have Gendo and Susanoo at the battle to back him up. The next day, Kadoma and Kotetsu meet on the battlefield. Kotetsu summons Gundam Burai second kata. Gundam Burai second form, or second kata, is the upgraded Gundam Burai after Kotetsu's first battle with Hanzo. Susanoo used old relics from ancient times used by the Amahodo clan. This was from a time when technology was more advanced. The Tetsuki's sword has two blades with two different modes, Furai Shojin and Sodo Jumonji. 2 shoulder shields have been added called the Tanka no Usode. They are installed on a rail system. Like the original, most of the Tetsuki's strength comes from the rider. Kotetsu says his G-Gundam knockoff line, and the two begin their match. He rushes in head-on. Kata uses his violent ice vortex, or Hosuika. It freezes Gundam Burai's legs. I guess it's closer to cold hurricane, but Kotetsu uses the Tanka no Usade shields to block the frost. There's a pun happening with the name of these shields that even the translator can't figure out. Kotetsu uses the flame fusion sword technique, but Kodama is able to tank the attack. The Gozuki pushes back the Gundam. Kotetsu says it is stronger than the Gora. Kodama says, "This is no Gora, boy! No Gora!" This is, of course, a reference to Fat Gundam, where Ramba Rao said this exact same thing about Izaku. But also, he's fat. That's the manga. It's just OG Gundam, but everyone is fat. I need to cover this. Yeah, I know it's about the other thing too. Dorio and his gang make moves on the mines. They find one of his hidden treasures, a sword. Kuroboshi, Shiraboshi, and Chio are following them. They demand that they hand over the sword. After Dorio pulls the sword out from the stone, the mines begin to shudder. A noise erupts. While Dorio is talking about being the greatest, a giant serpent comes from behind and eats him. Time to run. Kisadagi is researching this Gundam Mikoto when head of the Kisadagi family, Kisadagi Sanosuke, tells her that she needs to tread lightly. She tells him to spit out what he knows about Amatsu in regards to the 10 keys and Mikaboshi. Back at the battle, they hear a loud bang coming from the mines. Suddenly, a very old and beaten Rokudo approaches the Sankin Kotai judges and their Rokudo. It begins attacking. Kotetsu gets a bad feeling about this. Smoke appears, and out of the smoke appears a swarm of Tetsukis. All of these are unmanned. One of them is called Tetsuki Keijoro. Tetsuki Keijoro is an unmanned Tetsuki. This can hover and create a fog around itself. The hair strands are jacks that can hack into Tetsukis and take control of their functionality for its own bidding, like a zombie. Kotetsu believes it jacks into other Tetsukis to obtain data from the past. Kotetsu thinks the cloaked man is nearby. The unmanned Tetsukis attack the Gozuki. Kadama thinks these are calculated movements, and thus being controlled by someone. Kadama says, "Don't mess with me. I'm the frozen keeper of the prison." Oh yeah, the mines are a prison and Dorio was a prisoner. I don't think I mentioned that. The Gozoku transforms into Kudan form. Everyone runs out of the caves as they don't want to get eaten. They have to do something about this before it hurts everyone. Well, someone else. No one cares that the man with the snake tongue got eaten by a snake. Chio, Shiraboshi, and Kuroboshi make it out of the cave before it comes crushing down, but Magane and Kaiichi are crushed. Kuroboshi tries to stop Chio from saving the prisoners, as they are not worth the risk, but she helps out anyways. She says, "Bitch, we Amahodo, we don't play like that." Kuroboshi thinks to himself that this empathy is one day going to get this princess killed. He tries to stop the serpent, leaving the princess in Shiraboshi's hands. He knows that mirrors used to ward off demons in ancient times. He pulls out a Kagami, most likely in reference to Yuta no Kagami, or Mirror of Wisdom. This is used in Shintoism, but it is also considered one of the 3 great treasures of Japan. The serpent approaches Kuroboshi and begins attacking. He uses the Kagami to summon Tetsuki Yutagarasu. Everyone wonders why there is fog everywhere. Suzuno and the Ashigaru comes to get the princess out of there. More zombie Tetsukis come out of the fog. They know that there must be a leader. Suddenly, one runs directly towards the Ashigaru. Chio realizes that they are after her Enryu. Gundam Burai takes out the Tetsuki. Kotetsu tells her to leave the key with him while she gets the hell out of there. Their plan is to use the Gozoku to freeze the area, allowing others to move into the fog and take out the ringleader. The zombie Tetsukis rush towards Kotetsu. One Tetsuki stabs the Gozoku in the back. Princess Chio hates that she has to rely on Kotetsu and is frustrated she can't handle things on her own. Being the head of the Amahodo clan, Kadama does his large cold wave attack. He freezes all the Tetsukis in the area. The unmanned Tetsuki Keijoro makes its appearance. They rush towards the Tetsukis before it disappears into the fog again. It summons 2 Tetsukis, but Kotetsu uses the frivolous dual blade attack. The Tetsuki uses its tendrils to attach to Gundam Burai. It tries to tear Kotetsu and Gundam Burai apart from the inside. He realizes this thing can take away one's autonomy. He uses the power of being the main character to regain control of the Gundam. He rushes in and slices through Keijoro. Its head falls to the ground, but not for long. And that will do it for this episode. Every battle thus far seems to unlock a key that allows us as the audience to slowly understand the past. There are so many references to the ancient times, so we better get a flashback to how this world came to be. We also still don't completely know Kisadagi Senri's role in all of this, but she seems to be one step closer to solving this than the Amahodos. Next time, the fight isn't over as the Tetsuki head reanimates. Chiyo gets the confidence to lead her clan. And we learn that Kadoma knew Chiyo's father. Also, Shudo of Judgment does a little judging. But that will do it for now, Ronins. Remember to carry a mirror to ward off demons. Peace.